found that out and I'm like, damn, I really just got scammed. I thought I had a Hellcat Redeye the whole time. So it makes sense when the dealership told me that if you look this up, you're not gonna be able to find it. That's why I couldn't find no such thing as a 2018 Hellcat Redeye wide body, because the Hellcat Redeye wide body did not come out until 2019.
What it do, dudes and dudettes? It's your boy Dano back again with another reaction video, and it is glorious. It is glorious indeed, friends. Hey, appreciate you all coming back out here to join me again for another reaction video. Salutes to you guys and gals, of course. And without further ado, let's hop into these videos. Let's go.
Lane goes straight, left lane goes left. For some reason, it's not going to get me in the middle lane. It's gonna try to take me, sometimes it'll just try to take me straight through this lane, which is a far right lane. And right now, what's it gonna do? I'm gonna do this for the viewers. Look at this. It was gonna drive me up on that curve.
What the fuck?
And for them to say that, I mean, there's no one behind me, so I allowed it to do it. But that was a clear...
Yeah, that was a clear right turn. That was a clear right lane that was going to go into. See, this is why I don't trust these vehicles. You know, your self-driving vehicles. They're so self-driving that Tesla says in the fine print that when you're behind the wheel of one of their vehicles at all times, you must be driving the vehicle in these self-driving vehicles, right? So... yeah, I don't trust them. And anyways, I have a story about these self-driving vehicles. So I want to say about 12 years ago, my sister and I, we signed up for essentially testing self-driving vehicles. And let me tell you, it was one and done. It was one and done. So like I said, my sister and I, about 12 years ago, this was before Tesla really blew up, and they were still doing like prototype vehicles. And at the time, you know, they actually did not share the name of the vehicle or the company, the manufacturer of the vehicle, because this was product tested, and they made sure not to tell us the name of the manufacturer. But it was, I come to find out later on that it was a Tesla vehicle, actually a vehicle that they either discontinued or they just made it into a different model. Like maybe they made the model a little bit different than you know, than what it is today. So anyways, so about 12 years ago, my sister and I, we signed up to test drive or to ride along in this self-driving vehicle, and they wanted our opinions on the vehicle. So we were getting paid like $200 just to be there for like 30 minutes, right? And if we wanted to come back and test out some more, we could do that. We could have another session. So anyways, you know, we get into the vehicle. It's my sister, and by the way, it was an SUV. So it was my sister, myself, 3 other employees of this product testing company, right? So you had one guy behind the wheel, you had another employee sitting front passenger, and then I was sitting in the middle row. There was an employee right beside me to my left, and then my sister, actually my sister was to the left, and then there was an employee that was sitting in the rear seat. So everything starts off kind of normal. You know, this is before Teslas were everywhere on the road, and you know, when they started driving by itself, I was a little fascinated, because I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. You know, this guy is driving. He's like, look, I promise you, I'm not driving. This is not me doing this. And like, I'm looking around and I see that, you know, he's actually not touching the gas pedal, the brake. He's not touching the steering wheel. Is just driving on his own. So that was pretty cool. And everything seemed a little normal. However, while we were driving, sometimes it would pick up in speed, just randomly, just pick up in speed. Sometimes it would go over the speed limit. It would do all this weird stuff. And it makes sense because it was prototype. And this is before, I guess, they honed everything in. So about 20 minutes into the drive, we get to this point to where we go onto this road, because in this part of central Ohio, It's like the Dublin area. Anybody from Columbus, Ohio, or that area, you know where Dublin is. It's very forested and very hilly in that area. And so we got to this road to where we were going like 45, 50 miles per hour. And mind you, we're flying. And just like as you can see on that screen right there, it had a display screen and it had the GPS. It had all that, you know, showing which way we were going to go. So we got on that road going about 50 miles per hour. And as we're driving, we're speeding. And I see probably about like a quarter mile down the road that we're supposed to be making a right turn. So I'm like, okay, this thing is gonna have to slow down at some point so we can make that right turn safely. No, you know what that thing did? It kept speed. And as it went into that turn, that right turn at 45, 50 miles per hour, it sped up even faster. So much so that we almost spun out. Like it fishtailed heavily. And mind you, it was an all-wheel drive car. So I you know, all wheels, a lot of people don't know that all wheel cars can spin out also. But yeah, we almost spun out. That thing was going 50 mile per hour into a bend in the road. Like literally, we were making a right turn, but it was a wide right turn. And it punched the gas too at the same time. So yeah, that was a hell of an experience to have. You know, they wanted us to be completely honest with them. My sister and I, we was like, yeah, this thing needs to be in the oven a little bit longer. It needs to bake a little bit more. And you know, they asked us if we wanted to come back out to try it again, and we was like, no, we're good. Nah, I'm good. Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience with a self-driving vehicle. My car, the car that I have, which is a Dodge Charger Scat Pack, it's one of those cars that have I guess kind of like an autopilot. It has lane sense and it has autopilot, so it will keep you within the lanes. It doesn't turn for me, you know, it won't turn down the street or anything like that, but it will keep me in the lane. And I can literally take my hands off the steering wheel, but like after 15 seconds of doing that, it will beep at me. Something will pop up on the screen, tell me to put my hands back on the steering wheel. If I don't, it will stop autopilot. It will stop trying to keep me within the lane. So cool feature to have. You know, my car, of course, when you put it on what is it called, I forget what that feature is called, where it just drives for you, it would definitely, you know, keep speed for me and all that stuff. So it's kind of like almost having a Tesla, but not really, because Tesla will turn down the road for you. Tesla will even crash for you. Tesla, like as we see right here, Tesla will even crash for you. But yeah, you know, even with my car, I have the feature that will automatically brake for me if it thinks that there is someone in front of me, or think that there's a stop car on the road. It will literally brake, and I hate that damn feature. I turn that feature off my car every time, you know, that I see that it's on. But yeah, man, I'm not a fan of Teslas at all. I'm not a fan of EVs. I'm a Mopar guy. I'm a muscle car guy. I love my gas guzzlers. We don't have the infrastructure here in the United States, because remember about a year or two ago, they were talking about like, yeah, that's the future. You know, we got the Agenda 2030 where all cars going from 2030 forward are going to be all EVs. No, we don't even have the infrastructure for that, you know, and it's not helping the earth at all, because we're still stripping the earth of natural raw materials to make those batteries, to make the vehicles. So we're not, you know, we're not stopping the earth from being destroyed if we're going to switch EVs, if we keep it a buck, because you got to build all these power stations, you got to upgrade the grid, you got to do all this stuff that's going to not help the earth. If that's the narrative that we're going to go with, if we're going with EVs, it's because we're trying to help the earth. No, you're not. You're going to open up more mines, you're going to dig more raw materials out of the earth and keep destroying the earth like what you're doing right now. But yeah, like I said, we don't have the infrastructure. Also, nobody wants to sit at a charging station for 15 to 30 minutes because their range is terrible. Their range is about 300 miles. And I know that most vehicles have a range between 300 to 400 miles. But the thing is that with us gasoline vehicles, we can easily go to a gas station, less than 5 minutes, fill up, and we're done. While the EV is still sitting there for like another 20 minutes. Like nobody got time for that, man, at all. And then also there's a gas station. Gas stations are everywhere, but charging stations for EVs, they're not. So it's like, you know, don't go don't go out there in the Southwest where literally, you know, going from town to town can be 100 miles. If you're like 1/4 tank or 1/8 of tank on your battery, you in that type of situation out there in the desert, yeah, you effed if you ain't planning accordingly. Yeah, we just don't have the infrastructure. We really don't. EVs, they suck. They're ugly. Most of them are ugly. I don't like them.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Yeah, that's essentially it. Like, they're just not practical in today's times. And as you can see, they'll crash for you too. Like, I mean, these vehicles are not safe at all. I've seen so many videos where these cars accelerate on their own, they crash into the back of other vehicles, they crash into bikers, they crash through walls, they're turning when there's no turn lane there. You know, they're doing all these crazy stuff, running over people. And see, the thing is that another downfall to these EVs is that if your battery goes, if you have any issues with your batteries leaking, exploding, anything like that, you may not have damage to your car, but if your batteries are done, your entire vehicle is total. Like, who got time for this crap? Nobody ain't got time for this. So yeah, anyways, EVs suck. I'm sticking to my gas guzzlers. Anyways, next video.
I found that out and I'm like, damn, I really just got scammed. I thought I had a Hellcat Redeye the whole time. So it makes sense when the dealership told me that if you look this up, you're not gonna be able to find it. That's why I couldn't find no such thing as a 2018 Hellcat Redeye wide body, because the Hellcat Redeye wide body did not come out until 2019. I was at some car meets here in Houston as well, and people were telling me, this ain't a Redeye, this thing isn't right.
Well, duh.
Put the camera back on me, boy. I was like, yo, you guys gotta fix this. They said the previous owner of this car switched out the damn hood and put Redeye badges on this car.
Ha! Got him! Got him!
One of the sales managers, he said, the online listing said wide body.
Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Proverbs 222. The proverb today is, there's a sucker born every minute. Okay, let's take a look at the note here. The proverb basically means that there are many people in the world who could easily be tricked and scammed, and that there always will be. Like, you know, it's probably part of human nature. There'll always be so many people around that they will fall for things and they could be tricked.
I never bought the car and I never came into the dealership from looking online at the online ad. I brought my Maserati to the damn dealership to get an oil change. You guys came up to me and told me wide body, Redeye, wide body. So they call me and they say, no, here's the best thing we can do. We can give you an oil change on your Maserati. From you. I bought this car from you, and the best you can offer me is one oil change on my Maserati?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Wow, they played his entire life, man. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you're not a car guy, man. I mean, I don't know who this guy is. Obviously, he has money. He's probably like some social media guy, some social media cat, who knows. But this is what happens when you're not a car guy and you're a poser. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it a $1.50 with y'all. This is what happens when you're a poser. If you are a true car enthusiast, you ain't gonna get suckered like this. When I was looking, okay, so I had a Charger before the Charger that I have, right? That thing got wrecked. So when I was looking for, and by no fault of my own, by the way, somebody cut me off. It was wet outside. You know how them rear wheel muscle cars, V8, just too much power on that wheel. Crashed out through 2 poles, man, and person took off. It was a hit and run. So anyways, I was looking for a new vehicle, and I seen that they had what was labeled as a scat pack on the website. But I was looking at it and I was like, something looked weird about the body. And then I saw that it had the scat pack. It had scat pack Daytona, right? And I'm like, okay, scat pack Daytona. Okay, I see the badges, all that. I see the 395 on the side. Okay, let me go and check this car out. So I was calling as I was going on the website, and I looked. I was like, wait a sec. I was like, cause something don't look right about this car. So I happened to see a picture of the inside of the car. See, this is how real car people operate. Do you know what let me know that that wasn't a 392? How did I know that wasn't 392? Was because I looked at the dash. 392s, they get up to 180 miles per hour. Your regular RTs, they only get up to like, I think like 160. Your Hellcats get up to 200 and so on, right? So that's how I knew. Had this dude knew, and had he been a real car guy, he would have spotted it, just like his homeboys who was telling like, nah, this ain't no red eye, something wrong with this car. He would have known, right? He wouldn't have got suckered. And then he bought his vehicle. It seemed like he bought his vehicle from probably like one of those exotic car dealerships because he had a Maserati, right? Honestly, I wouldn't feel comfortable buying a Mopar from a non-Mopar dealership. That's, I mean, it may just be me, but that's how I feel. You know, I don't want to buy my Mopars from the same place that sells Ferraris and Maseratis and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, he got man, and it's played that that they was like, well, you know, we had it on the advertised this way on the website. Who gives a damn? Y'all played this man.
You wish to see me, sir?
Yes, Mr. Data. A wise man once said, there is a sucker born every minute.
Honestly, if I was him, I would, if you want to get rid of the car, you don't want the car, you know, I will sue them, man. I would definitely sue them for false advertisement, because they do that all the time, just like the one website I told you about. But yeah, man, and all they offered this dude was an oil change. Yikes, that's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. Yeah, man, that's what happens when you're a poser. Don't be like this dude. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Anyways, next video.
Please don't. This motorcyclist just popped a wheelie and flipped off this cop. Let's see how that turns out for him.
He gone. He better not crash.
This accident happened 5 minutes after he last saw the cops. He had clearly shaken them off by this point, but he was still riding like they were seconds away from catching up.
Ooh, he better hope them boys don't catch up with him.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm good.
We need a proper link.
No, we're good, we're good.
What are you? No, I have them.
Here, give my number, I'll pay everything.
No, that's not the point. Okay, I need to go now.
No, please don't. Hey, please don't.
You see something that you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
See what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you? No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you? No, you done fucked up.
The police arrived a few minutes later. He was originally sentenced to 90 days, but that turned into a year.
Dum ass, dum ass, dum.
Ooh, I know he was sick. So your boy ran from the car. He flicked them off. He sped off, got away, but continued to drive like an idiot. And in doing so, he ended up, as you guys about to see, he about to boom. Oh Lord, I know he's sick, because now see that dude, the Asian guy, smart guy, because if you ever get in an accident and they're like, don't call the cops,
The fuck you mean?
They're definitely up to some shit. They're not gonna just, if they offer their phone number and stuff like that and offer to pay you later, they're not. they're not. They're definitely trying to get away with it. And I know he's sick. See, the Asian dude, he was definitely smart about that. He's like, nah, I'm getting the cops involved. And see, dude is Saudi. He crying. He crying. Dude crying because he fucked up, man. You ran from the cops, then later proceed to get in an accident, and now you have no means of escaping. You're injured, your bike is destroyed. Oh, it was not a good day for him. That's definitely what you call karma right there. Sheesh. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, I feel bad for the dude who was in the minivan, but damn, that is what you call divine justice. And yeah, as you guys heard, he was supposed to do 90 days, but he ended up doing a year or something like that.
Locked up, they won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's what he get. That's exactly what he get. I love videos like this. I love when people get exactly what they deserve. See, he's supposed to get 90 days and turn to a year. Ooh. Yikes. Yeah, I love this for people like that, because that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted to be an asshole. He wanted to play stupid games. He won a stupid prize. Congratulations, my guy. Anyways, guys, that is all for today. I appreciate you guys all coming back and joining me for another video, because I know it's been a minute. You know, I did upload the one video before this, but I appreciate you guys coming and, you know, showing support. But yeah, you know, like always, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. And yeah, on your way out the door, hit that notification bell. I'm out. Peace.
Flawless victory.